Magandang umaga, Cordillera. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another meaningful discussion here on Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Ito po ay hatid sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office headed by Secretary Cheloy Garafil and the Philippine Information Agency headed by Director General Jose Torres Jr. Ngayong pong araw nito, we are fortunate to be joined by a representative from the Armed Forces of the Philippines stationed here in the Cordillera Administrative Region. We have the 503rd Brigade Commander, Brigadier General Romualdo Raymond Landingin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning po, Ma'am Helen.
Our discussion today will delve into their roles in maintaining security and peace, their efforts in territorial defense, and their readiness to assist during times of disaster and calamity. So we can expect from our guests to provide clarity and inspiration through their insights today. So bilang simula, pakilala na natin ang representative po ng Armed Forces of the Philippines dito po sa rehiyong Cordillera, si Brigadier Commander, Brigadier General Romualdo Raymond Landingin. Good morning, sir.
Once again, ma'am, good morning po. And to our audience po, good morning po sa inyong lahat.
So, all the way from Kalinga?
Yes, ma'am, from Tabuk City, Kalinga.
So, how are you, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fine and very good yung weather natin and very lively. I think encouraging po sa ating discussion ngayon.
Siguro ipagpatuloy natin ang kwentuhan. Simulan na muna natin ano ang balita from the AFP stationed here in Cordillera Administrative Region.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, my brigade, ma'am, a component of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, particularly Philippine Army, and our mother unit, the 5th Infantry Division based in Isabela. The 503rd Peace and Justice Brigade, somehow, yun namin, is the component po dito sa area po ng Cordillera. And actually, we have 3 defense mission areas. No? Ito po yung first is the stability and security operations. Third is about territorial defense operations. And last is also, we take part sa humanitarian assistance and disaster response.
Okay, simulan na natin ang ating report para sa ating publiko at mga kasamahan sa mamamahayag dito.
Yes po, thank you, ma'am. So, bali, ma'am, my brigade somehow, what I'll be presenting is delving on those 3 defense mission areas kung ano yung ginagawa po namin dito po sa rehiyon ng Cordillera. So, once again, ito po, I'll be tackling po yung about our stability and security operations. Nakapaloob po doon ang aming internal security operations missions. And also somehow I'd like to highlight as part of the Task Force LCAC, particularly with the Peace Law Enforcement, Development Support and EACTIP cluster. And somehow also touching on yung presence namin sa ating mga key barangays, particularly ito po yung mga sinasabi nating GDAS po, no? Mga geographically isolated and depressed areas. I'll be also tackling somehow the territorial defense operation dito po sa ating area ng Cordillera, and yung last nga, yung humanitarian assistance and disaster response. So when it comes to stability and security operations, for the past 3 years, no, starting from the administration of our current president po, si President Bongbong Marcos, we were able to significantly reduce the communist terrorist group's strength dito po sa Cordillera, particularly the Ilocos Cordillera Region Committee. So from 110, somehow we curtail it and somehow reduce their strength down to as much as more or less 50 na lang po for the whole po. Kasi the ICRC is covering actually Ilocos and Cordillera region. So somehow very manageable na po. We were able to decimate some of their forces to include firearms, numbering around po more or less 50.
So, and kumonti na sila?
Yes po, kumonti na po sila. And of course, nakaakibat po dyan. Somehow we diminish po yung influence nila dito po dating sa area. And a manifestation of that is we were able to dismantle yung mga lower units po nila, particularly the Kilusang Larangang Guerrilla Ipugao and Kilusang Larangang Guerrilla Ampis, kung saan po sila nag-roam po ito sa probinsya ng Ipugao at ng Mountain Province and a part of Ilocos Sur region. And right now we also weakened, no, ito pong the KLG Baggas, somehow making their presence in the Kalinga province, while ganon din po sa North Abra with their presence po dito sa ano. So we were able to decimate them and somehow weaken po ang kanilang influence.
Sir, pag sinabi bang weekend, anong ibig sabihin po?
So terming is somehow we push their strength to a very insignificant level, and yung influence nila sa mga barangay hindi na po yun ganon, kasi we term it as cleared, no? Kumbaga ba, we free up these communities from their from their bondage, particularly the existence of their underground movement dun sa mga barangays. But right now we have already and we are sustaining our efforts na hindi nila ma-recover po itong mga area.
Na hindi na sila babalik.
Na hindi sila babalik at hindi sila magiging ganung kalakas para guluhin po ang ating pamumuhay dito sa mga ng probinsya ng Cordillera. And to continue po, ma'am, kaakibat din nito, actually we already somehow in collaboration with the local government and local agencies, we were able to declare 2 provinces insurgency free, namely Ipugao and Benguet. And right now we are also somehow continued collaboration, and we were working eventually na somehow susunod pa yung other provinces, particularly Mountain Province, Abra, Kalinga, and Apayao.
Including Baguio City.
In a way, nandun na po yan Nandun na po yung Baguio City sa Benguet. But I think it's very manageable na natin doon. We are really looking forward na lahat to ma-declare nating insurgency free po. And ito po, katunayan nitong pag-declaration because it is the concentrated efforts of all the of all our stakeholder po sa Task Force LCAC. Next slide. Particularly ito po yung as part of the cluster those who somehow return to the mainstream society, yung package talaga na lang is nahatid na po natin. And somehow ito po yung mga approximately 1.2 million ang natulungan na po ng mga different agencies dito sa mga beneficiary natin. And right now on process po, we're just waiting for support from the from the national government funds for amounting around 2.9 million na 29 firearms. Yan po na yung pinoprocess natin maliban dito sa nakalagay po ngayon na natin na pamahagi. And also in connection with that, as part of the PLEDS and ECLIP cluster, next slide po, bali ito po yung mga natin, activity mo natin with our partnership with the local government units and local government agencies. Of course, alam niyo naman ito, ma'am, Serbisyo Caravan, no? Tulong-tulong po tayo dito. And kasama na rin nito yung Youth Leadership Summit natin na it's already not particularly owned by the it's all are owned by the different agencies, may stake po dito. It's more on enlightening our youth na to be part of the sa ating march towards progress. And of course, nandiyan pa rin po yung mga local peace engagement natin, information education campaign, yung pag mga distribute po mga livelihoods sa mga beneficiary natin na people's organizations. And of course, nandun pa rin po yung support to Barangay Development Project LCACPAD. Although bumaba naman yung rate, at least may napapamahagi pa rin tayong mga of course, collective collaboration po sa mga different agencies na ipamahagi pa rin natin sa mga identified barangays po natin.
So convergence of agencies.
Yes, ma'am, actually convergence to na part kami ng ng PLEDS and
local peace engagement.
Yes, ma'am. Yes po. To reaching out. Actually kasi namin dito is to make ourselves present down to the grassroots po sa mga villages, sa mga barangays. And ito po yung trabaho ng aming mobile community sustained support activity. In a way, it is somehow serve as a bridge to these communities, bridging them to our local government and to the different LGAs. Ang namin is how to help tayo lahat-lahat is to really to connect these communities dun sa ating national stability and progress po. Yun po yung ginagawa po natin. Next. Now going po to territorial defense operations, alam natin malaki po ang hamon, and as a land power component po ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, ang Philippine Army, and ang mga component niya, ang 5th Infantry Division, and kami sa 503rd Infantry Brigade, tumutulong din po kami para mapaano po natin ang aming territorial defense operations mission. And one of our activity is really somehow imparting training to our reserve force, particularly the ROTC and Ready Reserve units. Ang goal po namin is our reserve force will be as patriotic, as dedicated, and as professional as the regular force. Kumbaga ba kami na yung part ng instructor. Kung ano yung hawak naming equipment, yun yung ituturo na talaga namin, i-impart namin. And kumbaga ba yung as much as possible, yung skill nila is as similar as the skill that we have.
So, pwede tayong makipagsabayan, sir? Yes,
ma'am. Kung po. Inuunti-unti po namin, partnership with the community defense centers para yung kahit ROTC pa lang ma-expose na sila sa mga equipment. And even we really na even if yung mga new equipment namin will arrive, we will really also imbibe that those.
Sir, matanong ko lang, updated na po ba yung mga gamit nyo?
Yes, ma'am. In a way, ma'am, na natin yung mga like force protection and even yung sa assault rifle. And I think nasa pipeline natin yung other mga higher platforms, particularly hopefully nasa pipeline po ng aming modernization program itong mga an example is the shoulder fired anti-tank weapon, and yung mga term namin is the MANPAD, man portable anti-air defense system po. Nasa pipeline, if ever we already in possession of this equipment and we are really trained for that, ganun din ang namin, may ipasa rin namin yung skill na yon sa kanila, and ang talagang namin is if really kung may panahon talaga na kinakailangan natin mobilize sila, they will really take part po dun sa for the defense of our country, particularly the integrity of our territory.
Pati yung provision of trainings to ROTC and Ready Reserve units.
Yes, ma'am.
Yung ROTC na-activate po for
this purpose. Yes, ma'am. Kasi actually, ma'am, right now, wala pa tayong mandatory, no?
Kaya nga po
pa mga Kaya doon, talaga we give premium. Mga volunteers pa ito.
Marami pong volunteers.
Yeah, marami pa pong volunteers. And talagang we give premium dito mga volunteers natin. And yun nga, to give yung premium, kung ano talaga yung karunungan namin, maipasa namin sa kanila. And slowly, kumbaga ba, talagang we tap yung regular units namin to really take part on training them para masiling.
Pero yung volunteers po, lahat pong probinsya dito sa Cordillera?
Yes mo, kasi per different city. Hopefully, kung maging mandatory man, hindi na magiging mahirap para sa amin, and magiging madali na yung yun nga talagang namin. So as much as possible, susundan pa rin namin yung mga curriculum. Pero ang talagang nandun na namin is they will really somehow be as professional, as dedicated as the regular force. And yes, ma'am, another activity is performing joint and interoperability exercises. When it comes to territorial defense operation mission, may mga bago po kaming equipment na and as much as possible, ang po namin is somehow to be enhance our capability with this new equipment, and it will give impact on performing our territorial defense missions. Yun po yung And of course, kami rin po, exposed kami sa humanitarian assistance and disaster response. It's our way of collaborating with the existing DRRMC units na ng mga local. So, nandun pa rin yung mandate namin to take part, to contribute for the welfare, for the safety of our people when in times na nandyan po ang ating mga calamities and other forms of disaster. Nandun po kami. We maintain at least a team for each of our unit to perform this mission. So, andun po, talagang nakatutok kami dito sa aming mandate when it comes to this po. Somehow this sums up po yung tatlong defense mission area po namin, and I hope I provide an overview on what we are doing. Ang masasabi ko na lang po is the Armed Forces of the Philippines, kami po mga component units niya, particularly the 5th Infantry Division, its brigades as the 503rd Infantry Peace and Justice Brigade, magiging akibat kami when it comes to national stability and progress. Yun po.
Maraming salamat, Sir Raymond Landingin, for a very comprehensive, for walking us through on your area of operations and accomplishments, stability and security operations, territorial defense operations, and humanitarian assistance and disaster response. So, napakalawak po ng ginagalawan nyo at tulong sa ating mga komunidad. Handa na po ang mga kasamahan natin sa media sa kanilang tanong, but we'll also entertain online or text-in questions, sir. Unahin po natin ang mga kasamahan natin sa media dito. We have Lisa Agoot of the Philippine News Agency. Lisa?
Sa nabanggit mo kanina about ROTC, I'd like to know numbers. Do we have a figure kung ilan itong volunteers na sinasabi mo po, tawag doon, na nag-volunteer sa different provinces itong Cordillera to join the ROTC?
Speaking only for kasi initially, yung malapit lang muna sa amin ang kinater namin. Ang ROTC po ngayon, ang unang kinater po na namin yung mga advanced ROTC before the basic, no? So they are numbering around 50 sa province pa lang po ng Kalinga. But definitely yung sinabi naman ng aming community defense centers po dan roughly pagka itong school year yung mga basic is so numbering around up to 500 to 1,000, no? And ano pa lang po ito Kalinga, slowly we are reaching out na rin sa ating areas pa namin, particularly the same concept we'll be doing with sa province po ng Ifugao, Mountain Province, Apayao, and Abra. And tinatap rin po namin yung aming mga infantry battalions. No, kung sino yung may infantry battalions covering this particular province, yun din po ang magiging namin. So hindi naman to. So kung ano yung current student po natin sa ROTC, and yun din po yung namin, no? Roughly number, no, na i-cover po namin. And siguro pag maging mandatory pa yan, marami pa yan eh. So at least nasimula na namin yung hindi na magiging mahirap siguro pagka pa namin lalawakan yung mga natin. Ang lang naman talaga namin dito is we opening our camps for the training of our reserve force, and particularly to include pa yung ready reserve unit kasi by principle po, every CDC maintains a 1 battalion size po ng ready reserve unit. Ito na po yung parang talagang short of really equipment na magiging regular na sila. Ino-open rin po namin doon, no? So, yun po. So, roughly yun po yung number. I cannot give the exact figure, but if you can, really talaga, it's more on catering to the ROTC na rin and to the ready reserve units na nakakalat po dito sa mga probinsya po ng ating ng Cordillera region. Yan
Salamat po.
Yes,
Sir,
po.
Gusto kong hiwalayan yung training for the basic and the advanced. What do you do to during yung basic training? What is given to them? How do you handle them to make them dedicated? Ano pa yung terms po kanina, sir? Teka, hindi nakikita ng Jutander's mata. Dedicated, effective, tawag doon, mga reservists.
Yes. Ang term namin is, talaga, sa amin, ang namin is patriotism, dedication, and yun nga po, professionalism. So, pag basic naman, kasi talaga is, we have the basic military training module. So, yun po, nandun lahat, yung mga drills, mga basic operation ng aming assault rifle and everything. And nakaakibat din doon yung pagmamahal sa bayan, no? Na ano doon. In the first place, since they are already, kahit wala pang mandatory, nandun na sila, we will just only building on that. Sinasabi na rin namin, I'm thanking them actually na ito na kayo na yung volunteer na kayo na and nagpapasalamat kami. And talagang may itutulong talaga namin sa kanila with their voluntaries, with their patriotic fervor, is to give them the appropriate training na may i-offer namin.
Including imparting the core values of the
core
AFP.
Values of the AFP po.
Ano ho ba yung core values?
Right now, ano muna ako sa Army. Sa Army is honor, patriotism, duty. Sila naman land power component din, itong inaano namin. So honor, patriotism, duty.
Sir, clarification, sa basic po, pinapahawak na natin sila ng totoong firearm.
Yes, they will, basic operation po, kasama na po yun. Other than the drills and yung basic operation po of the, right now what we have is the assault rifle, the AR-15 na sinasabi, yun, basic operation niya. And darating na lang minsan yung marksmanship. Meron siya pero limited pa, but I think with the programming naman po na, if they can at least fire that weapon. Now, pagdating sa advanced naman, it's more on higher. It's actually, again, to differentiate yung basic, no? Ang basic kasi na ROT, it's more on the position of an infantry rifleman. Yung individual skills niya, no? Particularly holding the assault rifle. And, of course, nandun na yung navigation, andun na yung physique niya, andun na yung how to read the map, no? And also they're exposed yung mga cruiser weapon, no, na doon, like we have the K3 automatic squad automatic weapon, then other siguro pag nandoon na yung sa pipeline ng kung eventually na issued na rin sa amin ang mga equipment based dun sa modernization program namin, i-impart din po namin yon. Kasi iba talaga yung na ramdaman nila nila talaga yung real na equipment na inaano ng And to differentiate yung advance naman, ang advance kasi is more on training naman yung leader position, particularly platoon leaders, no, mga teniente po. Ito po yung difference ng sa advanced ROTC sa basic po. So additional additional curriculum, exposing more on the leadership. Then nandun pa rin yung mga basic, nandun pa rin yung retention ng mga basic curriculum subject dun po sa basic ROTC po.
Sir, medyo hihingan ko pa ng additional detalye. They meet, their class is every Sunday. I'm talking about the basic.
It depends po dun sa school kasi.
Yes, sir.
Pero kasi I'm offering naman since nag-volunteer na kayo, we can open kung gusto nyo ng Wednesday, baka open kayo, we can accommodate. Kumbaga ba, kasi ang discussion ko with the we also somehow innovate the curriculum na hindi lang po siguro weekend. Kung gusto nilang matulog sa kampo, why not? Matulog sila sa kampo. Magbantayan nila yung radyo or kasi nandun talaga yung ang term kasi namin is on the job training na.
On-site.
On-site. Pero syempre we request na sana talagang volunteer in writing yung niya. Nandun din po yung willing sila to share their time para talaga yung
and willingness to go on duty.
To go on duty. Pero naman yon, lang yon. Ang doon is to learn yung mga skills na ma-absorb nila. Kasi during OJT lang talagang ma-absorb nila yung So yun po yung dapat lang, no. Hindi pa naman final pero at still weekend pa rin sila. Pero if they want to learn more about actually maintaining or operating yung mga radio communication namin, we can open the camp to, for their continuous learning po dun sa mga equipment po.
Sir, 4 semesters pa rin po ba ito?
Yes, ganoon pa rin, semesters pa rin 4 semesters pa rin. I don't know sa bagong mandate ng mandatory RTC, pero pa rin is the 4 semesters po. Ganun pa rin po yung kung yung dati po. Sir, lang nag-i-introduce lang kami ng medyo innovative na Ang inaano ko nga, kahit bakit hindi naman siguro pwede weekend, basta yung 3 hours mo sa itong Sunday, you can ano naman dito during weekdays kung may time ka. So para ano lang po doon.
Sir, tawag doon, parang maganda kasi yung word na ano na they volunteered. Ibig sabihin they want to do this, they want to be in this, and siguro may dream po ba sila na na pumasok talaga na sundalo kaya
yes,
sila
Actually,
nag-volunteer?
ang sinasabi ko na lang sa kanila, right now talagang tinitignan ng Philippine Army when it comes to enlistment po namin on selecting mo yung candidate soldier, it is a plus factor kung sila ay graduate ng basic ROTC in advance. Plus factor po yun sa ating mga gustong pumasok po sa Philippine Army.
Sir, panghuli po sa akin. Kapag papasok po ba ng AFP, kailangan graduate ng 4-year course or 72 units will suffice?
Sa enlistment po namin, enlisted soldier is at least high school graduate po. Nandun pa rin. Yung K-12, no? High school graduate. But for officership, commissionship, kailangan po college graduate po. Yes po.
Okay, maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Lisa. Now we have from Bombo Radyo, Jess Lapizar. At susundan ni Randy Guzman ng Regional News Group.
Yes po, good morning po. My first question po, sir. From January until now po, ilan na po ang mga encounters natin with communist terrorist groups na nangyari?
Actually, for this year po, ano po kami ng mga 4 engagement po, no, with the communist terrorist group, particularly with the Ilocos Cordillera Regional Committee. And yung 4 encounters na po yun, it resulted yun po a capture of a CTG personality, no, wounded po siya, na-capture po namin, and reportedly may mga wounded pa po sa kanila, no, hindi lang po na ano. And kasama na rin po dito yung mga na-recover po naming firearms, mga numbering around 4 po dito sa mga syrups na encounter namin.
Ngayon po, sir, ito pong nag-instruct po si General Browner po regarding po sa lahat ng personals ay mag-wear ng Philippine flag or patches in our uniform. So, ano po, or anong pride po? What pride do we have as Filipinos po itong in-instruct po ni General Browner?
Yun nga, talagang to instill talagang patriotism, nationalism, patriotism, and ano lang, just is ano talaga na ano. Yun nga talagang kumbaga ba ang bandera natin, ito yung simbolo ng ating bayan. Kung as much as possible sa lahat ng aspeto, lalo sa loob ng teritoryo natin, ito yung pinawawagay-wagay natin at ano. Huwag nating nahayaan na hindi na natin mawagayway yun. Yun ang mensahe po natin, ano. So ano natin, and lahat kami sa Armed Forces of the Philippines, yun lang talagang mandate namin. And I think from time to time, very ano rin naman, heartwarming kung even our civilian agency, yes, may mga ano pin sila ng ano, guy. Really, it's a ano, we encourage nga kung ano, it's our way of showing our patriotism and nationalism po.
My next question po, when will the newly acquired fighter jets of the PAF be on display sa Luwacan Airport?
Hindi ko pa masagot yun, no, kasi sa Air Force po yun. But it's on the pipeline, ano? Multi-role fighter, and right now, what they have is yung pinaka ano po, yung the FA-50 lead-in fighter trainer. Kasi eventually, next role our pilots cannot hindi nila kayang i-operate ang multi-role fighter kundi sila nagsimula doon sa current disposal natin ngayon. And the current equipment they have is somehow is preparing them for that for handling those equipment. And somehow yun lang po I think naman po ang last na ko naman is it's already been approved by the President, and yun na lang ang natin yung actual acquisition.
So in the pipeline?
Pipeline po.
Okay.
Sir, so in connection to this po, kumusta po yung air assets ng AFP?
Very po. Maganda na po. At saka makabago na po ang ating mga And actually, we really have to thank the Philippine Air Force. From day one talaga, they are really they are really somehow helping us with our mandate dito po sa ating area, providing support po, yung close air support and the supply missions po sa ating mga unit.
And last po, question ko, nabanggit po kasi ni PNP Brigadier General Marbil na gusto niyang ibalik yung dignidad ng mga pulis na ginawang alalay ng mga politiko. So how about po sa militar na nagiging security aid? Meron din po ba itong, or meron po bang mga cases din po na ginagawa silang mga alalay ng politiko?
Hindi ba, ano lang namin to. Actually, they're covered by ang ano lang namin dito is they have to really seek permission from the Secretary of National Defense. Yun lang. And limited lang naman po.
Basta ma-authorize.
Ma-authorize. Yun naman po ang position namin. Basta may authorize sila. And once approval, wala naman problema. And yun lang po maano ko po.
At the moment, wala.
Di ko lang po maano yung exact figure, pero may mga approved naman na ano. But yun doon, at least covered by authority coming from the Secretary of the National Defense.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes po.
Maraming salamat, Jess. Now we have Randy Guzman of the Regional News Group.
Good morning po. Nabanggit kanina na nag-declare tayo ng insurgency-free sa dalawang province po natin dito sa Cordillera. Ano po ang basis po natin when we say insurgency-free? Paano binantayan? May anong pagbabantay?
Actually, yes ma'am. Ang pinaka-meaning po nito is just recognizing that the local government and the Philippine National Police can really now handle po yung they already reach yung insignificant level ng influence nitong mga communist terrorist group. So they are now more capable of delivering yung mga services on their own. But nandun pa rin naman kami. But this is one way of just recognizing, because of the collaborative efforts of the different agency, we reach yung a point na relative peace na ang nangunguna na is the local government. When it comes to peace and order na. Kumbaga ba, peace and order na. Di na siya, internal security problem. Kumbaga ba, with the minimum presence nila, the local government is on the driver, sila nag-i-steer para ma-maintain ang peace and order sa kanilang probinsya. So, we are also trying to meet dyan, actually, dito sa different province. And hopefully, by next year, is makasunod pa yung ibang mga probinsya po natin.
Okay po. Ibig pong sabihin, may possibility na there are still groups out there pero hindi na sila makakagulo ng katulad noon.
Hindi na wala na Even Ifugao, wala na silang presence doon I can already say actually, we are already somehow curtailing dito sa limited areas na lang natin sa mga different province. Pero ako, I can say naman, okay na, manageable na sa Ifugao. Kaya ingatan lang namin, ang panawagan lang namin is panawagan natin sa mga kababayan natin and of course the partner agencies, we maintain yung ganong situation na hindi na sana mabalikan ito at yun lang talagang pinaka lang naman dito as long as the mechanism on addressing the issues and concerns of any locality na address, I think we are on the right track. Okay.
Sir, follow up lang po pwede pong ma-define sa amin what do we mean when we say weekend presence?
A weekend presence, insignificant level in a way na hindi na sila makapag-initiate ng violent, no? And nandun na yung hindi ka na pinapakinggan ng tao. Hindi na sila pinapakinggan, no? May mangilan-ngilan, pero if you will ask generally all the hindi na sila no? And of course, nandun pa yung mga issue na ginagatungan nila. Sorry for my word, kaya i-address natin yon. And as long as those issues are not it is our way of saying to our people na as long as they're informed na free natin sila na hindi maloko, gagawin natin yon, no? Yun lang, may pangilan-gilan na lang na And I think with our effort, particularly the Task Force LCAC, dito sa region, sa mga probinsya, and even sa municipality, hanggang barangay, talagang week presence na lang, hindi na sila ano pa.
Okay po. Next question, sir, nabanggit kanina, no, yung enlightening the youth. You know, Baguio is a go-to city for education.
Yes.
And people allegedly saying that recruitments happens inside universities.
Yes.
Are we monitoring groups who are recruiting itong mga, para sa mga groups na to? Ano masasabi natin? What's our
Actually,
statement?
talaga yung effort namin is yung YLS, no? Which is one platform, Information Education Campaign. And I think you're very privy dun sa Senate hearing by Senator Bato de la Rosa po, ongoing po yun. Alam naman natin, it's their modus operandi, no? Alam mo naman yung kabataan natin, very passionate, very ideal pa. Nasa stage sila na nanggaling tayo doon naman, very ideal pa. Kasi ito yung mga minsan kasi pag mo sa kanila madali rin silang yung damdamin nila. Yun yung pine-prevent natin, it's okay sana kung talagang we just base yung mga on legal advocacy, no, yung mga advocacy nato. Nandoon na tayo. Pero ang ayaw lang natin dito is malihis sila ng landas na they will already fight the government, no. It's okay to say ilabas yung mga issue, pero I think yun yung nagdi-divide sa atin yung natin. Dapat wag natin papayagan na labanan ng gobyerno, no? Or ang natin. Kumbaga ba nandoon naman tayo na Ang lang naman natin dito is if we want change, armed struggle na sinasabi nila, it's not the solution. Yung armadong pakikibako na sinasabi nila, armadong violenteng pamamaraan to change things is not the solution. Tulong-tulong tayo, no? If we have some advocacy about environment, di magtanim tayo ng puno, i-prevent yung magtapon ng mga basura, yung waste management system, and bawasan yung carbon emission, nandun tayo. But not enough tong sisihin mo ang gobyerno. I'm always saying that sa mga namin na youth. Be part of the solution. Not be part of the problem. No? It's okay to embrace a certain advocacy, but as much as possible, it is done on a peaceful manner. Yun lang po ng position natin. And yun yung position po natin sa mga kabataan. Dapat alalayan natin sila. And yun rin naman yung sinasabi ko na nanggaling na tayo doon. And mahirap at madilim at magulo. Ayaw natin ng gulo. No? And yun yung change natin na may Yep.
Pero may namomonitor po tayo, sir?
Yes, nandun pa rin. Nandun pa rin. Nandun pa rin po. And we have to be, and wala naman akong inaay na, pero lahat tayo dapat maging aware and magmatsyag na, natin. Yung mga anak natin, nakakalungkot na maano pa sila. And alam naman natin, it's already it's already a paid ideology. Way back 1989, talo ng komunista. Sila na nagpipilit na ito pa yung solusyon. No, ito may mga grupo-grupo, no? Yun ang po lang natin.
For my last question po, hamon pa rin po ba sa atin itong anti-red tagging na sinasabi?
I don't want to use I don't want to use your word, no? Kasi that is their term. Ang sa amin lang naman, kung gusto niyong tumulong tayo sa komunidad natin. Pero pagka i-denounce natin ang armadong pamamaraan ng pagbabago. Yun lang naman yung point namin, no? Lahat tayo, kahit ako, tutulong pa ako sa kanila sa mga effort nila, basta magkakaintindihan tayo. Armed violence or terroristic activities are not the means of instituting or introducing change, no, sa ating Kung doon tayo sa positive, tulungan tayo. Yan po ang namin, maayan ko lang masabi ko doon. I don't want to use that term kasi it's their invented word.
Okay.
No?
Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Ren. Let's give way to a text in question. Ang probinsya po ng Apayao sa pamumuno ni Governor Elias Bulot Jr. ay may programa sa pamimigay ng rewards sa mga sumusukong miyembro ng NPA o mga rebelde. Ito ba ay nagkakaroon ng magandang impact sa laban natin sa insurgency sa Apayao? May iba pa bang probinsya na nagbibigay din ng rewards sa mga nagbabalik loob sa gobyerno? May bilang po ba tayo kung ilan ang sumukong rebelde sa Cordillera? At least. Yun muna ang unang
Yes po.
question.
Ang masabi ko
Giving
lang po-
of rewards.
Yes, ma'am. I think plus factor din po 'yon. And in fact, ang Apayao po, wala na pong CDC na active pa with this po. And may mga dumadayo doon pero wala na po sa ano. And we are really thanking Governor Bulot for offering that And we are also encouraging kung may mga rin yung ibang probinsya na may share din o may follow yung ganun scheme, makakatulong. And for the last counting, at least may 2 or 3 kami na na bomba. And we are still reaching out. Ang alam ko sa dito, kasi may mga naglalaylo. Ang term namin is laylo. They just went out of the armed movement na hindi nagsabi. But still we are reaching out to these people para ma-avail yung So, yun po, madam.
Sinabi nyo na halos insurgency-free ang Apayao.
Yes,
at
ma'am. Kasi
maraming
wala
efforts.
nang resident na...
But there's no declaration yet.
There's no declaration yet. Ang nangyari na lang kasi po sa province ng Apayao, may minimal presence pa rin, but not as rin. But I think we are heading there na. Para tuloy lang pagtulungan sa Apayao. I think Apayao is already ripe for declaring it as insurgency. Kasi nagiging transship particularly the boundaries between Abra, Apayao, and Kalinga. Yan po yung binabantayan
Sir,
natin.
yung sinabi nyong sumuko na, recent is we have 4.
Yes po.
Is this part of the 50 that we reported?
Yes po, doon po sa So, mga 4 po yung
Okay, now we have Jong Munar of Radyo Pilipinas. Jong.
Magandang umaga po, Sir General. The last time, sa kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas with DILG, nabanggit po yung ating mga former rebels na nagbalik loob sa ating pamahalaan. Bagamat hindi po nabanggit kung ilang bilang po to, kukumustahin lamang po natin since ang sabi po ng Philippine Army ay federated po sila, organized, at kumusta ho ba ang kanilang status right after, of course, receiving their benefits from the government?
Total man, wala naman ako nababalita na pero I think nandun naman yung And right now we are just strengthening with the Department of Social Welfare Development yung halfway house nga na kasi if you will deradicalize ang term namin doon to completely rejoin the society, may process talaga para dito sa former rebels natin. It's not enough to give them compensation to the ECLIP. As much as possible, dapat i-equip mo pa rin siya para maka-transit siya doon sa mainstream society. Ando na yung livelihood, ando na yung at least makaka-transition siya, makaka-rejoin sa society. And at the same time, maging partner rin namin to prevent pa yung may ma-recruit pa sa ating mga kababayan na sumama pa sa communist terrorist groups.
Yes, sir. We do understand. Mahabang proseso po yan bago mapagkatiwalaan na tanggapin po ulit ng gobyerno.
Hindi naman pwede.
Pero yung...
Tinatanggap na natin sila.
Yes, sir.
On the first place, on the first instance na nag-signify sila na bumaba, we are, nandun na po yung process.
Yes, sir.
Show up, and lang is transition lang sila na hindi pa, kasi tarang dapat, from their former state, kailangan may transition mo sila na maging contributory, and makatayo sila sa sarili nilang paa.
Yes, sir. Gaano kahaba po yung prosesong yan?
Hindi natin masabi.
Monitoring?
Pero, monitoring
Yes.
As much possible, kasi meron dito, from time to time, ine-engage pa uli natin yung mga dating minsan kasi, sometimes, nahirapan din kami dito sa yung lalo yung mga naglaylo, tsaka gusto nila uuwi kagad. Uwi na kagad, kaya minsan yung basta maibigay na uuwi kagad. So, pero naman, ang ko pa rin, kung kinakailangan pa silang tulungan pa rin natin. Yun din naman yung natin doon. Hindi natin masabing 6 months, 3 months. I think yung magsasabi lang is they are already enjoying. Pag nakita natin sila, they are already enjoying the fruits of our by rejoining the society. That's we can say na talagang na na sila. de-radicalize.
Yes, sir. Ilan po sa kanila ay integrated ho ba sa AFP? May
Hindi po,
nagpatuloy?
wala po tayo na integrate.
Wala po.
Wala na po yung ganun tanding concept.
Yes.
So, yun po yung ano natin. What we can do is really for them to live a peaceful way of life.
Yes, sir. In terms of the AFP modernization, kumusta po ang ating logistics support, of course, especially dito po sa ating area?
Yes po, manageable po. Tsaka very I think lahat po ng na kailangan natin sa mga lower unit na ibibigay ng po with the correct programming ng Of course, may mga minor lang, pero it's not we are now better off compared before. Talagang ma-assure ko po na sa patuloy pamamalakad po ng ating ng AFP is we are really heading forward na talagang modernize ang ating AFP and yung mga component units niya.
Opo, sa aspeto po ng ating mga sundalo, especially of course yung mga nasa babang rangko po, how do we maintain of course yung kanilang may tuturing pong loyalty sa AFP, sir?
So yun lang naman talaga, part ng natin Ang namin dito talaga is paggising mo, nandun pa rin yung pag-iisip mo na pagsilbihan mo yung bayan hanggang sa matulog ka or And I think andun naman lahat naibigay naman lahat, andun kami yung and alam naman namin yung pinasok rin namin na na profession, and I can say naman lahat ng mga kasundaluhan ngayon very professional, very dedicated, and nga very patriotic.
Yes, sir. So gone are the days way back 90s, 80s
wala na po tayo. Nag-mature na po talaga.
Yes, yung tinatawag pong galing po na Mindanao, tinapon po sa Cordillera, iba po yung attitude at hindi po makakope up sa culture of the Cordilleras.
Challenges po yan We really have to mga challenges po yan. And I think right now kahit anong pinanggalingan namin, basta naka-profession namin is military to our soldier profession. We are soldiers and we are serving the country. Yun yung namin. Kumbaga ba, even though we are representation of the different sectors or different tribes or different ang identity namin is one AFP, one Philippine Army.
Maraming salamat po, mabuhay po.
Sige po.
Maraming salamat, Chong. Let's give way to posted online. Sir, ano po ang masasabi nyo sa Baguio City? Ano po ang magiging efforts nyo dahil may allegedly recruiter daw po dito sa Baguio ng mga kakaliwa? At ang iba po, allegedly, ay nakapwesto sa gobyerno and within the schools.
Hindi, ang naman natin dito is tayo na rin It's not only the AFP or the tayo po, bawat isa may part.
So it's a shared responsibility.
It's a responsibility. And yun nga, everyone's responsibility para ma-prevent po natin ito na condition po. And Baguio naman talagang it's ever since it's the education center in if not Northern Luzon yun ang natin, kaya talagang natin bantayan po natin ang ating mga laging antabayanan ang ating mga kabataan para ma-prevent sila na ma-prevent or maligaw pa na ma-disinform, ma-misinform and to be recruited doon po sa other side.
So tulong-tulong.
Tulong-tulong
Hindi lang
po.
ang AFP,
Hindi lang po
ang
ang AFP.
kasundaluhan,
Tayo lahat.
komunidad, bawat
po.
isa.
Opo.
So may role to play.
May role to play.
Can we ask po, paano po ang operation or jurisdiction ng AFP in the CAR? Kasi nga, iba-iba kayo ng
Yeah, we have
unit.
different units po.
So, parang ang dami pong Army or AFP units in charge sa iba't ibang probinsya sa Cordillera. Is it possible that we can have just one unit taking charge of the whole region?
Basta lang po, andyan ang 5th Infantry Division, Philippine Army, based sa Isabela. Regardless po. It's just more on our priorities talaga. But eventually, nandun na rin po tayo, babalik po tayo talaga na at least one region, one covering, one particular unit covering the, darating po dati. Right now, because of just some, we have to just, pero nandun pa rin naman, isang pa rin. Although alam ko nagugulan yung mga regional direct, mga regional agencies, At least ano naman, it's easy to communicate with the Filipino Division. And even naman sa akin, kung ako rin ano ko rin, I will invite other unit na may sinasaklaw doon sa ibang area ng Cordillera. Yun po.
Mapa-facilitate.
Yes po,
naman.
mapapacilitate naman
Now
po.
we have Clint Tutanes ng PIA.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, sir. Gusto pong bumalik doon sa declaration ng Insurgency Province. Sir, paano po yung process nito? Does the declaration have to start doon po sa province tapos i-endorse nila sa AFP? Paano po yung process?
Yes, actually, it's the, through us to, ang nagde-declare talaga is the local government. And we have some, parang sometimes, namin through the Peace and Order Council and the Task Force LCAC. Parang ganun din. After we agreed upon the conditions and supported, then yun nga, ng resolution ng probinsya for the declaration of So may mga tinitignan naman na kaming parameters. One for instance, yung weakening, actually, or absence ng ng mga grupo na nanggugulo sa yon pinag-usapan. And after we meet the conditions, through our with the local government, it will lead yun sa declaration. Yun po yung pinaka-process po natin.
Ayun. Next question po, ma'am. It would be about doon sa ROTC, sir. May difference po ba doon sa management or sa pag-roll out natin sa ROTC before and sa ngayon?
Actually, ganun pa rin basically, no? Ganun pa rin. It's nandun pa rin sa mga schools. And through the community defense centers, ito yung nasa forefront nung when it comes to ROTC. Ganun pa rin yung same setup as before. Ang sa amin naman, pumapasok kami kasi kung i-offer namin sa community defense centers na nag-handle ng ROTC. Doon kami kumo-connect sa kanila.
Ayun, so last question. Ayan, so sa mga hindi po estudyante na gusto maging reservist, may programs po ba kayo? Kasi sa mga estudyante ROTC, baka sa mga graduate na po na gusto maging reservist, do you have programs for this po?
Yes po, may program. Hindi ko lang very specific yung But I just reach out to the community defense centers. Per each province meron. So reach out na lang doon yung parameters if they want to nasa programa ng aming AFP and Philippine Army Reserve Command, Army Reserve Command. Ito kasi mga frontline nila. Get in touch lang doon and And even yung mga regular force units kami sa brigade or even battalions they can reach out to them and sila na rin siguro yung magtutulay kung saan yung mga gustong mag-join sa ating reserve force.
Okay po. Thank you po. Yun lang po.
Maraming salamat, Clint. Nagbabalik si Ren de Guzman of the Regional News Group.
Ayun, sir, gusto lang sana naming itanong pala, according kasi kay Procar, there are 5 mga grupo, armadong thugs po dito sa Cordillera na binabantayan mga private armed groups po. So, may monitoring din ba tayo dito, yung AFP, since malapit na po ulit ang eleksyon?
Well, very, namin, ang pinaka-resource of information namin, source of information is the Philippine National Police. And sila talaga mag-identify. And sa amin naman, we'll share na rin, And hindi ko naman papakunahan kung ano yung sinabi ng Philippine National Police, yun yung we will work on those data. And if ever we encounter or we trace na meron talagang we'll also collaborate with the Philippine National Police. Yun po yung sabi ko po.
Ano po ang masasabi natin kung sakali lang po? Because some are claiming na yung ibang mga kasama dito ay mga former policeman, former from the AFP. Ano po ang masasabi natin kung sakaling meron talagang mga members ng private armed groups na mula sa ating mga uniform personnel po?
Yun talaga, law enforcement. They are already former, no? Hindi na sila sundalo. So, ano pa rin, pero hindi na sila, Kaya yun lang talaga, wala na kami sila sa kanilang control and talagang inaano namin, if they retire or get out of the service, try to live a people's life. Now, if they violate, they join itong kasama ng ating kapulisan, law enforcement talaga. Dapat hulihin sila.
Thank you, sir.
Maraming salamat, Ren. Let's give way to a text-in question. Yung social media pages po ng AFP at Army unit sa probinsya ng CAR, para nag-iiba na daw po ang image ng ating kasundaluhan mula sa pagiging combatant sa bundok ay ngayon nagkakaroon ng several civic activities on ground.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you po. I think that is a very good compliment, no, from our yun po yung talagang namin. In any we can get out from a traditional role, no? Traditional role of kasi meron din kaming other roles na perform, and support to national development is one. And ito, as much as possible, if we can help dun po sa mga assisting any partner agency, we are there to help and to take part po dun anything that will contribute to community development and to national stability and progress po.
Sir, maybe you can share, like in Gamu, you're based in Gamu, Isabela, and maybe in your area in Tabuk, parang it has become a tourist destination.
Yes, ma'am.
Meron pong dinevelop ang ating mga kasundaluhan, wherein the community and the public can visit and enjoy the facilities of the AFP.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share it?
Yes, ma'am. It is one way of opening our and nandun nga talaga, we encourage na we are your army, we are your soldiers, ganito kami mamuhay. And ayun, at least makita nila na basta nandun, may rin lang namin na we are approachable.
Hindi kinatatakutan.
Hindi kinakatakutan. Kumbaga ba, pag tayo'y nandun sa we are marching towards stability and progress, we are your partners. And nandun kami na protektahan pa rin ang ating mga kababayan.
Dapat pag nakita namin the men in uniform, we feel secured.
Yes, ma'am. That's the right term po. Tama.
Okay. Nagbabalik po si Lisa Goat ng Philippine News Agency.
Sir, follow-up lang po din sa question ni Ren kanina regarding dun sa mga nag-awol na sundalo na tawag doon, kasi narinig ko din to na some politicians merong mga tawag doon, mga bit-bit yung ibang politicians na awol na sundalo. Sir, pag nag-awol po ba, wala nang holdings ang AFP sa kanila or dapat minomonitor yung whereabouts nila?
Somehow we're still monitoring them. And yun nga, as much as possible, we bring them back doon sa sa military control. Yun kasi yung so if ever may mga report na itong individual na pwede naman magsumbong yung ating mga kababayan na ipaabot na itong tao na to is and they are engaging in lalo na kung naghahawak pa ng mga baril, pwedeng ipaabot po sa amin para mabigyan natin ng po. Of course, in partnership with our Philippine National Police.
Sir, meron po ba kayong hotline? Kasi not everybody wants to go inside a police camp or a military camp to be giving this information. Is there a hotline that people can report to or can provide information so that they can reach you or they can provide these kinds of information to you?
Yes, ma'am. Sige, ma'am. Wala ako ng hotline. But I will share it to you later, ma'am, para natin. May pahamahagi natin kasi maraming different kami na but we will try to offer that line po doon
Maraming salamat po. Sir,
or if you want, andun naman yung Facebook page ng Philippine Division, ang 503rd Brigade. Ma'am, baka pwedeng i-like mo na lang isang post namin para ka na doon sa aming Facebook.
Share na lang natin, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige po. Maraming salamat po. Sir, bakit po sa tingin nyo, kasi sabi nyo kanina, maraming nagvo-volunteer. The mere fact na maraming nagvo-volunteer, it means they want to join the service. What's in the service? Bakit gusto nilang pumasok sa serbisyo?
Siguro na isa na yan.
Pag volunteer ba, may sweldo?
Walang sweldo kasi.
Wala.
Walang return,
okay. Pero still they volunteer.
Yeah, they volunteer. Kung baga ba, siguro let's talaga maybe medyo patriotism one and second maybe because of the trust and confidence that your military, your AFP project to our community, sa ating kababayan, may gustong maging part of that organization. And kami, we are really very, it's a compliment na marami nagvo-volunteer to join our ranks, no? And we will really open the organization sa gustong sumali, even a volunteer, ano? And yun nga, natutuwa po kami, madam, na ganun ang nangyayari. Yun po ang masasabi ko po.
Nakakabuhay po ba ng pamilya ang sahod?
Yes naman. Yes naman. Ay, masasabi ko. Isa lang. Isa lang. Sa posisyon namin, isa lang.
Kasama naman sila sa increase na in-announce ni Presidente.
Opo.
Kasama kayo, sir?
Yeah, I hope, ma'am. Pero kasi government. Pero sana, being a part of the government, siguro kasama kami.
Okay. Sir, ang tanong na sunod is about the protecting our territory.
Yes, ma'am.
What can you share? Ramdam ba? Is it a threat or alarming concern?
Yes, basing naman sa pronouncement ng ating mga national leaders, no, sa mga statement nila sa kapapamahayag na lang, ang atin natin is we must not really submit passively, no, to the coercion of other countries. Huwag tayong magsasubmit doon. We will not, we must always exercise our actions, activities, projecting our protecting our territorial and maritime rights. Yun lang. Kasi pagka kagad tayo, even doon sa mga coercion tactics, they will be talaga. Kaya ang natin dito is really we have a strong messaging na hindi tayo susuko, hindi tayo padadala sa mga coercion nila. Yun po ang gusto kong masabi po when it comes to protecting the integrity of our national territory.
Kasi ang isa pong panawagan nga ng AFP is yung call for vigilance versus alarming surge of disinformation drives on this issue.
Yes, ma'am. Maging mga tiyag tayo. Yun po yung
Sir, malapit na ang filing ng candidacy. So, ano po ang feel nyo sa Cordillera politics?
Sa akin naman, at least doon, we are, ang sa amin lang is to protect talaga yung and I'm really very confident naman na with the previous election, naging peaceful. And we hope and we will really work towards to a peaceful election next year. Yun po yung no? And we are not preventing any ang namin is to provide an environment para i-practice ng mga kababayan natin yung right of suffrage. And for sino man ang gustong tumakbo, ganun din. Kahit sino man sila, kahit anong party or ano natin is to really have that environment that they can also somehow kanilang i-project yung kanilang plataforma para to seek position. Yun po yung namin. Pasabi ko lang po, madam.
Pumunta naman po tayo sa during disaster. During disaster, ang una pong tinatawagan kaagad ay si Dream Sea. Can we also direct our calls when needed sa AFP?
Actually, ma'am, kasi we are working yung talaga, may platform na tayo, the Incident Command System. And ang Incident Command System is under the purview of the different DRMC, yung LGU na natin. And sa amin naman, kung nasan yung unit namin, nasa is nakapaloob na kami. In terms of papaloob kami dun sa under the Incident Command System. But they can directly, kung may nearest dun sa area na military unit, they can immediately also can directly contact us for any and to respond to any help that we need to provide during calamities and disasters po. But basically andun po kami sa Incident Command System po na under Karimsa purview. We have this DRO units nakapaloob doon sa on ready, on standby.
Sir, balikan lang natin yung report nyo on mga rebel returnees. Are there rebel returnees or surrenderies that got back to you willing to help in the information drives by the AFP?
Yes, meron naman po. In fact, yung mga magandang epektibo na tapagsalita namin during our information and education campaign is yung mga former rebels po. Sila po talaga yung ano, kasi they experience the hardship. Sila na rin nagsasabi kung paano sila na ano nalinlang na pumasok doon sa ano. So very ano yung ano, very reliable sila as speakers, tumutulong para maano natin po yung ano. Yan.
Sir, would you like to share House Kalinga?
Kalinga.
Kumustahin natin ang area nyo sa Kalinga.
Very, very
para sa kaalaman ng lahat,
Yeah,
siya ay based in Kalinga.
Based in
but
Kalinga. I'm covering the entire region. Ang lagi kong laman sinasabi doon even doon sa mga taga-ano, I was assigned, my first assignment as a military officer, as a second lieutenant, is Kalinga province, no? Way back, that's my first assignment. I was assigned there way back 1992. And during my engagement, sinasabi ko lang sa kanila lagi, it's way different from the condition that we have way back 1992 sa ngayon, no? Tahimik na, andyan na yung signs of development. Andyan na yung progress. Ang sinasabi ko, the more that we really have to protect itong condition na to. Huwag na tayong babalik sa dati pa. Yun po lagi kong mensahe sa kanila. And right now talaga, Kalinga province, very conducive for development na. And yung yun ang ini-encourage namin na maging aktibo yung ekonomiya natin doon para talagang maging part ng a major contributor ng GDP ang province of Pampanga. And of course, gusto rin namin yan sa Mountain Province, sa Ifugao, sa Apayao, sa Abra, and sa Benguet.
Na-mention nyo yung development happening in Kalinga. And there was a time na pre-propose ang Regional Government Center to be in Kalinga. Is this still, how do you think?
Ano lang sa akin, mama, wala akong pabor. Pero if you will, kung bibisitahin nyo yung Tabuk, very wide na yung nila. Very, very good yung excellent yung zoning nila. Very wide yung avenues. And I think very conducive if they really ilagay doon. I'm not saying naman pwede rin naman sa Abra, pwede sa Payao, pwede sa But I think right now yung infrastructure natin sa Tabuk City po, very ideal po yung ating very kumbaga ba andun niya yung conditions to strengthen yung value chain, no? Maganda yung comprehensive land use development. Of course, may mga illegal settlers pa rin. I think that nako-contain naman or namamanage ng ating ng probinsya ng Kalinga. But if you will try to see, I think some regional meetings are being conducted there. If I recall, yung Cordillera DRLMC already they hold their meetings there. Ayun din ang ko kasi marami rin namang facility like hotels and nandun naman lahat. And I think nasa position ang Kalinga province to really to be a major contributor sa Cordillera region and of course to the national to our national economy.
Nasabi ko lang yon, natanong ko lang yon because there was a time wherein it was proposed to have the regional government center in Kalinga. Sir, na-mention nyo ang CTG ay 50 na lang sa CAR.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano ang target natin na mag-diminish to zero?
So we really working na talaga. Madismantle ang kilusang larang guerrilla ng Baggas at North Abra. Yun yung pinakaano namin. And eventually siguro pati na rin ang Ilocos Cordillera Regional Committee. Yun yung minimitiin namin in the near term. And
within the year or so?
Hopefully within the year. Talagang within the year may work out po natin. And I think we already achieved that condition. And of course with the support and participation of our local government, the local government agency, nandun po tayo, on the right track po tayo na ma-meet po natin yan.
Sir, na-mention niyo yung mobile community sustainment support. Ano po ang component nito, mobile community support?
Actually, it's our personnel on the ground. Personnel po on the ground. And ang role talaga nila is to bridge to bridge the community to the...
Sir, you're present all over.
Yes,
All
ma'am. Present.
municipalities.
Yes, actually, we give priority on the noted GDAS po, no?
GDAS.
Yeah, the geographically isolated and depressed area. Yun po yung pinaka-focus natin. Ang intention po natin is maging conflict resilient, and nandun po, nakaangkal sila na maging progressive and be part na rin, contribute po sa mga munisipyo kung nasaan sila, and eventually sa probinsya po.
Sir, possible po ba nag-training, nag-volunteer na ROTC sa inyo na eventually naging reservist?
I'm sorry, ma'am, can you...
Nag-volunteer as parang ROTC.
Yes, ma'am.
Na-train ng AFP, ng kasundaluhan natin. Posible na may mga tumuloy po ba as
Yes, ma'am. I
reservist?
don't have any data, pero karamihan po ng mga pumapasok din na bilang sundalo and official ay nag-undergo po ng basic ROTC. Karamihan po. And even some are officers, naging sila, they are product of our ROTC.
Sir, may babae po ba daw?
Yes, actually, I think dating 10%, ngayon nagrala na as much as 35 to 40% ng ating female. And slowly, we're also, yung dating mga traditional role na sinasabi ng for men only, kaya na rin nilang, ginagawa na rin. Eventually, tinatransition na rin namin. In fact, sa division, alam niyo yung malaking truck namin? The 6x6 truck. Eventually, may mga tinetrain ng female mag-drive ng ganong truck. Yeah, opo. Yung KM250. Manageable naman na So, we already somehow grow, no? Na nandun na yun. Hindi na kami, kumbaga ba, anong term natin doon, when it comes to God, we are God-friendly na. Ang inyong AFP, ang inyong Philippine Army, and yung mga component units niya.
Sir, syempre, pag naka-uniforme kayo, you look tough and hindi naman kinatatakutan. How do you relax? Paano po nagre-relax ang isang sundalo?
Facebook. Hindi, gano'n naman lahat naman, no? So, and we have also, actually, we have the rest and vacation, no? May mga, we offer that na, no? Pero pagka-duty naman, may mga activities naman kami. Of course, other than browsing Netflix, I think lahat tayo may Netflix, may mga pa. Other than that, of course, sa loob naman ng mga kampo, meron kami mga sports facilities. And, and in fact, we are also opening our camps naman sa mga, kung may mga visiting family sila, open naman po ang mga So, yun, I think, yun yung pinaka namin para, kumbaga ba, meron pa rin kaming program for recreation. Even though na very stressful ang aming trabaho.
Sir, during the past kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas with PNP, natakal po yung tungkol sa mental health and wellness ng kapulisan. Kumustahin po natin
yes, we also have that,
mga sundalo.
Yes, ma'am, we also have that program, no? We also have that program considering that our profession is really very stressful. We recognize that we really have opened this program na no? Kasi gone were the days that nandun yung term namin, machismo attitude, no? Yung macho ka na, As much as possible, we bend out. Kung anong problema mo, we must learn, we must develop a conducive environment
So,
na
wala
mag-open
naman
up.
tayong concern.
Wala naman tayong
Area.
concern. Of course, may mga dati na sometimes may mga misdemeanor kasi minsan doon nagmamanifest. But somehow we contrain yung naman na And with this program, somehow, di pa naman talaga foolproof. At least it's still there. We have that, we term it as trauma risk management program. TRIMP, ang term namin na to. May designated TRIMP personnel kami sa mga unit to attend to this concern. And of course, andyan yung counseling ng mga leaders down the ground para at least mag-open up yung mga natin, kasundaluhan, kung may problema sila or and yun nga, at least developing that environment. para ano po.
Sa mga misdemeanors po ng kasundaluhan natin, may corresponding penalty.
Yes, we are...
Na-dismiss na po ba?
Nandun pa rin po. Nandun pa rin po yung mga ano natin. Based on our rules, based on our military system, meron kaming mga classifications of offenses and may corresponding classification of punishment. And we stick to that. Kung nagkasala ang isang sundalo, panindigan niya. And kami naman dito sa liderato namin, even sa hanay ng aming organization, we don't tolerate these misdemeanors. At nandun po kami. And I think that is one element or one factor that contribute yung sa trust rating namin ngayon. Na mataas po ang aming trust rating ng AFP. Nakatulong po yun.
Okay, maganda ang ating talakayan with our AFP, Sir Romualdo Raymond Landingin. Wala nang tanong? May pahabol. Okay, from PTV, People's Television. Pahabol, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, curious lang po yung mga kasama namin.
Opo.
Marami po bang naireklamong mga sundalo? Kasi sa bagong Pilipinas kapihan din ng Procar, sabi nila mostly daw yung mga kaso ng police is yun yung yung marital cases. So sa AFP naman po, marami po ba?
Of course, we encounter also those and doon na yung position namin na yun nga kung may pagkakasala ka pag sa dapat harapin mo. And kaya naman ako, I will encouraging yung lahat naman kami namin doon is as much as possible andun pa rin yung yung protektahan mo yung pamilya mo. And andun pa rin dapat yung pagmamahal mo sa mga pamilya. Yun din na ina-encourage namin. And although of course may mga challenges, may mga of course may expose sa it's your decision, no? But if nilagay mo yung sarili mo sa ganong sitwasyon, you have to face the consequences. Yung basta nandun kami, dapat lahat kami nandun, we protect our families, love our families. Yun ang namin.
At siguradong isa lang pamilya.
O sana isang pamilya talaga. Ha? Yun ang stick to one. Yun ang naman talagang namin. And yun nga lang, kung talagang siguro, because of some personal differences, di namin natin maiwasan yun. May mga personal differences between, we have this program naman, mga counseling, marriage counsel program. And yun na nga talaga, kung talagang if your decision between a husband and wife, kung talagang kayo, do it in a very cordial and legal way. May mga legal remedy naman tayo. So, ang encourage namin, kung talagang follow that legal remedy. Yun po.
Sir,
based on the sa batas.
Sir, last na lang po. Paano po natin wini-welcome yung mga members po ng LGBTQIA na gustong pumasok po sa Sandatahang Lakas po?
Hindi. Kung may bisitahin mo kami, may makikita ka ron.
So talagang meron din?
Oo. Di pa naman niya declare, pero talaga kami, we are open naman. As long as you are a Filipino and you want naturalized born Filipino.
So okay, sir.
Oo, tapos you're really willing to serve. Andun kami. You compete, you compete with the other applicants.
You're treated as equal
to all, to everyone. Basta nandun pa rin, sundan ang military justice system when you're already inside the service. Yan po.
Okay, wala nang tanong at syempre maganda ang kwentuhan after our kapihan. Hinga na natin ang mensahe ang ating panauhin, ang Brigadier General Romualdo Raymond Landingin. Sir, your message?
Yes po, ang sa akin po is the Armed Forces of the Philippines and its component, the Philippine Army, and kami rin, mga lower unit niya, the 5th Infantry Division, and its brigades, kami sa 503rd Infantry Peace and Justice Brigade. Andito po kami na kasama niyo po upang mapaganda ang kalagayan ng ating bayan when it comes to peace and security, when it comes to the development. Maasahan niyo po kami. And in every yun ang natin, yung call for unity, kinakailangan na natin. Kasi malaki yung challenge na kinakaharap ng ating bayan ngayon. Not only internally, right now, there's a looming doon sa ating external challenges, particularly the security environment in the region, the Asian region. So ang kailangan natin magkaisa na. And kasi kung talagang kinakailangan natin yun para to show a strong deterrence, kung sino man naman gustong manggulong sa atin, magdadalawang isip dahil nakita nila ang Pilipino ay nag-iisa, nagkakaisa.
Hindi uurong.
Hindi uurong. Opo.
Maraming salamat po. And as we conclude our discussion today, we would like to extend ang aming pasasalamat to our guests from the Armed Forces of the Philippines who share this knowledge and experiences. So maraming salamat kay 503rd Brigade Commander Brigadier General Romualdo Raymond Landingin. Palakpakan po natin siya. Their tireless dedication to duty, whether in matters of security, defense, or disaster response, ito po ay testamento ng kanilang commitment to communities and our nation. So may their stories inspire us all, and let us continue to work together towards a stable, peaceful, and safe Cordillera, safe Philippines. So sa ngalan po ng mga bosses namin, Secretary Cheloy Garafil and Director General Jose Torres Jr., maraming salamat and have a great day. Sir Landingin?
So with our core purpose po of serving the people and securing the land, ito po ang aming serbisyong sundalo sa bagong Pilipinas.
Mabuhay po ang Armed Forces of the Philippines. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, ma'am.